Howdy folks, it's time for another painting diary video, and this is week 10 as opposed to what I thought was last week, but still week 10 of 2021. Jeez, this year is flying past. I feel like I'm doing one of these painting diary videos every 2 to 3 days. Anyway, enough of my rambling, let's get to what I painted this week. So, as you can see, starting off, it's another Blood Rage miniature. This is the Fire Giant. Now, it's quite interesting, the Fire Giant. You can see, obviously, it's got lots of gold-plated armor everywhere. The only thing that's really fiery about him is the sword. And if you look at the way his feet and hands are, this model could actually... I've got this model as well, by the way, for my Blood Rage set. It could actually work really well as a leader for those gorilla apes I painted a while back, because it's obviously not, other than a few ruins on his arms and stuff like that in the back, he's not really a giant. He's more gorilla sized, and the sword is the only real flaming thing. It's still a cool model, and I tried a couple of different things here. Obviously, one, I've noticed a lot of people, when they paint this, they paint him on lava bases and stuff like that, but I wanted to keep the basing consistent, so I've made the basing sets consistent with the rest of the factions. So it's like he came down from the mountains or whatever to fight in the battles. And also, I made his skin tone just slightly different. The normal, what people do is like a charcoaly skin color, whereas I've gone for I don't know, like a grayish, bluish gray tinge to it. I was tempted to do some light sourcing on the arm and stuff like that, but I was more concerned that I might actually ruin the aesthetic of the skin, so I left it like that. But I quite like his eyes as well, glowy, runic orange eyes. So after painting this miniature, I thought, you know what, I might bring out mine, make him a leader for my my gorillas, for my Shoshani. Anyway, that is the last miniature I have for this first wave of all the Blood Rage stuff I've painted. So until the next wave arrives, that's me done with Blood Rage. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so these are for TT Combat's New Bretonian halflings, or these are called the Squires. So you can see podgy little fat dudes. I quite like these a lot. I've done obviously the Longbowman units and the Friar Tuck style monks. This is the third unit I had to paint, which were these cool little Squires. I think the reason why I like these is that I thought the detail was pretty decent. I don't know if you can tell, obviously, but the cheeks came out, they're nice and chubby. The details on the models are nice. I quite like the hair as well. You know, they tend to give Squires like that, what they call the piss pot haircut, where you just put a bowl over the top of the head and cut around it. But I think the detail in the hair was quite nice. They had like wavy sort of locks, and I don't know, I just like these ones. These were nice to paint. They the details were nice. I gave them sort of a Birkwood bows, and I kept with the blue and red color scheme for this. So, but like they got blue tunics with the red little thing over the top, and yeah, they came out quite nice. So I would be amiss if I didn't mention the Kickstarter for this set of miniatures, which I'll put in the link in below in the description, so go check that out. But of course, the Kickstarter is running now. It has this faction, which is the Bretonian sort of halflings. It has some goblins and ogresses, giants, dragons, scenery, all that good stuff. I think the fantasy stuff that TT are bringing out are really fun. And of course, if you guys can go check it out, you know, you keep me in business with them keeping by keeping them in business. Anyway, enough of that. So this is all the halflings I have currently for this faction. So I think I'm going to be moving on to the ogresses now, I think. But who knows? They got so many stuff now. That's what I'll be doing in the future. But I definitely know I don't have any more Bretonian halflings in my vicinity to do, so I'll be moving on to the next batch of stuff. Right, so let's go to the next thing. Alright, so this is for a board game called, hold on a second, it's called H. Holmes Murder Castle, Crimes in History. These are the figures from the set. These are what I would call board game pieces rather than proper, board game miniatures sort of things. But they are, well, they're to replace the standees in the game, and I got sent them to me to paint. Uh, I thought they were alright. I mean, I had to work hard to get the detail into them because they're not the greatest miniatures, but I still had fun, interesting ways of painting them. The color schemes, I'm going to just show you quickly, obviously based on a component from the board game. I've got a similar route to that, and I've placed them on the clear acrylic bases because they go on top of tiles and stuff in the game. And I always feel when you're using miniatures, you don't want to have elaborate bases to cover up the artwork on the tiles and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I thought they were decent enough, and I'm looking forward to giving them a go on the game itself. And the miniatures didn't actually, obviously they came on normal bases, and some of the ladies were quite tough to get off the bases because obviously their dresses were melded straight into the base itself. They're not quite 100% done yet. They still need eyes and some touch-ups here and there, but I think I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. They're very similar to the artwork on the boards, and yeah, they look alright. I know once I finish taking the pictures for the Facebook page, I'll be sending the pictures over to the designer Seth, and I'm sure he'll be very happy as well. But these are 7 miniatures done. This is actually not a playable character. This is Holmes himself, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't played the game yet. I am still reading the rules and whatnot, but this will be going up on my board game channel. But it is miniatures I've painted this week, so it still counts. Alright, and I've got one final miniature, and then I'm done for this week. And this is my Bonelord for my undead army. So obviously last week I showed you the skeletons and the cavalry I painted for it. This is the general. So he's just a skeleton in bone armor. The base is a resin pile of skulls. So I got a while back from, I mean, when I say a while back, I mean a while back, like probably 10 years ago. Warhammer used to do these little tubs of resin bases that you could add to your scenic bases that you could add to your miniatures and stuff. I've never really used them. I don't know why I bought them in the first place, but I had the idea of using him for this. Gives him a little bit of height. It fits with the theme. I quite like it. And then of course the green is to sort of coincide with the rest of the army. So for example, you got the green on the knights and stuff like that. You got the green, sort of a muted green on the spears. I might make them a little brighter actually. I don't know. It's kind of like an ethereal look if you like, but I quite like it. It's a nice little miniature. It's just cute, isn't he? Anyway. So that is all the stuff I've painted this week. So I did the Blood Rage miniature, which is now ended that part of the commission. I did those 7 murder mystery figures. I did this guy and the 20 Squires for the Halflings, which is on Kickstarter right now. So go check those out. Whee! Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you guys next week. See you later. Bye.